I don't know if you all heard, 19 black families have purchased 97 acres in Atlanta, some town, and I was trying to figure this out. So it already has a mayor, a current mayor, and the town is sitting in this jurisdiction that's already sort of has some government. So they just purchased a larger part within that town. So what it does is it gives them a lot of control when it comes to voting. So I do see that. I was trying to figure out, like, what if it already has mayor, it already has like some governmental politic, politicians already in place. It has a mayor, it has an executive director, it has a sheriff, it has a police, it has all of those different municipalities and policies and procedures in place. What would be literally the power in that? And I do see the power in that, and it's so great. And so not only do I see the power and the greatness in this, and I think this is a model for many different black families in America. It really is. Networks are starting to jump on now. So you have all the major networks who want to now make a TV show out of it, which I see the double entendre. It's great on the one hand, the families probably will get all the money that they probably put out into obtaining some of that land back, because that's going to be a huge TV show. But on the other hand, I feel like it sort of diminishes them doing it on their own. Only if the TV show doesn't do that. Like, don't try to break down walls. I want it to totally be showing how they did it on their own, because that will then serve as a model for other families across America. I definitely would jump on it as a single gay black male. I would definitely, when I find my partner and our dogs and our adopted child, I would definitely be on that, trying to buy acres in the land and help build up. I'm all for it. This is a model for excellence, a model for greatness. I would love to see something like that done in Chicago. I would love to see something like that done in Baltimore. I would love to see something like that done in North Carolina. These areas where there's this great stark divide of black and white, where you can then say, okay, here's an example of a community owned by black people and policed by black people, regulated by black people, under the same governmental jurisdiction of other communities, and look at them thrive. And you need someone somewhere to break that barrier. So having this first group of family do it, I hope they do it well. I hope they get all the support they can. I hope they be mindful of the TV show networks coming in and pouring in their resources, not just to diminish what they want to do, but just actually help the process, help show and expose. Because someone like me will watch faithfully, because I would love to be a part of something like that. I think that's what we can be expecting in the near future, where families come together for their communities. I think that's the only way you can begin to combat some of this gun violence and violence in general in the community. Story too I wanted to talk about, because it really I found it so interesting. So there's this story in New York Times, I think it came out like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, but it was talking about black home ownership appraisals during the COVID-19 pandemic. And so, now is the time, if you are a homeowner. One of my friends just recently purchased a home a couple of towns away from me, but first time ever going through the process and understanding evaluations and home ownership and appraisals. And so basically what this article was talking about was how this black family had put their home up for sale, and they went to get it appraised, and they was hoping that they would get it appraised at around $450,000. And so when the appraiser came in, they looked at their home as is, and they came back with $330,000, almost significantly less than what they had hoped for. 450, that's close to 70,000 something thousand dollars less. That's a huge drop. Not to mention all the value that they probably put into the home, the updates, the upgrades, the mod, So I'm sure they had that in mind as they were doing those renovations. So what they did was they contacted the bank. They let the bank know, and the bank said, that's kind of off. Yeah, we'll give you a second appraisal. But before they did that, they had contacted, I think, an attorney or a reporter, but they had contacted an attorney and a reporter to come in and also aid them in getting a better appraisal. Like, can you do some investigation? Can you help out? So what they did was, before the second appraiser came in, they had changed everything in their house to make it look like they were a white family. The houses on the mantle, the pictures on the mantles were changed just so that you saw the white faces. They were saying that they took out the Toni Morrison books and the Zora Neale Hurston books and changed them up for like photo cards and stuff like that. And would you know, the appraiser came in and quoted them at $460,000. I was like, what is going on? $460,000. Now, mind you, originally they only wanted $450,000. That's what they, wanted. So they had got a $10,000 surplus on simply changing the pictures in their house. Do you see this? So yeah, I wanted to bring that to people's attention. I don't know who, is in the market for doing home appraisals or, or selling their home or purchasing a new home, but look at all those different things. Like, now's the time to be smart about a lot of different things. Moral of that story is, when your gut tells you something and you know that something to be true and it's backed by facts, in this case, they knew that their home was worth more than what it was because probably they've done renovations, and someone tells you something different, don't always settle for that. I don't care if you're black, white, Chinese, green, a plant, a dog. Try to get a second opinion. Try to get someone else to come in and sort of give you that, okay, this is what they said, this is what you said, this is kind of what we think it is. And even then, if you feel like that might be, not as good, if you have the resources to do so, get a third opinion. You know how many times I get opinions in my own regular life? I need another opinion. I don't know. I'm that person that will actually take the time out to understand what my options are. So when it's time to make the decision, I can at least say, plan A don't work. Well, plan B is fine, because I already know that I'm gonna have to supplement something for something else, or this is the outcome of that. So just use your mental psyche. And I think that was the moral of that story. I was like, wow. That's crazy, but great story by New York Times. I'll drop the link below. I love music, the music community, so I'm gonna be doing like